Hello, everybody, and welcome to Music Industry Insights Worldwide. Today we've got Sam on the show. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thank you. Do you want to tell listeners a little bit more about yourself, where you're from,
Well, I,
and
I
what you
suppose I do. So what I do is I run a podcast called Autism Rocks and Rolls. And first of all, my name is Sam Mitchell from America. But
okay?
anyway, I run a podcast called Autism Rocks and Rolls. It's a podcast about autism and how we cope with daily struggles that
Yeah,
you may or may not understand.
yeah,
Through the podcast, it's grown so much. I developed sponsors, a board of six. I do events in Indiana. I also do speaking engagements. I've
yeah,
spoken all the way to the top in Canada to the bomb south in Orlando. We
yeah.
also do a lot of advocacy work with my nonprofit. We have some modules in the works and a children's book in the work as well for some projects that we do.
That's great. And how did you get into music in the first place, Sam? Sorry, I just had a little cough there because I had something in my throat. I just need to clear it. But I'm glad you're
Oh,
feeling.
I get it. Don't worry about that. Well, music wise, I usually like to say I'm a big rock and roll fan, so I don't play any music, but I like to listen to a lot of music. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of rock and roll bands and concerts such as AC/DC, Rob Zombie.
Wow.
Tell you who else I've seen. Alice Cooper, Citizen Soldier, Saint Asania.
All the top names. All the top
Let's
names.
go on and on.
Well, that's amazing. And do you want to tell us a little bit more about Autism Rock and Rolls and what promoted you to get this idea? You know, we want people to feel like this is normal. People, we're all the same. We're just different in a way or another. Everybody is. How can we make sure people are included and felt welcome?
Yeah, well, excuse me if I keep my voice straight today. Well, it started by joining my high school's media club, and I fell in love with podcasting so much. Instead of waiting until college to expand my skills, I
Yeah.
decided to expand my podcast and not wait till college to expand the skills. So that's when I found Autism Rocks and Rolls.
Okay. And how do you think that helps the community and what are you trying to build with that?
Well, I think it's won a community because I won a community impact award.
Wow, that's amazing. And how do you think society often focuses on the challenges associated with autism?
Well, I think that's a big problem. The
How?
reason being is society thinks that we are incapable of doing something,
Yeah,
that we're all bedridden. We're
yeah.
bound to be in the hospital in a mental institution sometimes.
No, that's not true.
No, that's not us. Now, once upon a time, we were institutionalized and we came a long way from being behind a padded wall to being on the streets.
Yeah,
But I still think we're not accepting of it, or some people don't care about it unless it's affiliated with them.
right. And what do you think the problem is with these people that need to understand, but they're not in that group? How can we try and educate, but inspire and empower others, even how to become an ally?
Oh, they're scared of being different,
Yeah,
and they're scared of other people who are different.
yeah. And what
I
kind
mean,
of,
why do you think people who are mentally or physically handicapped get odd looks?
yeah. Well, it's not about looks. You should never judge a book by its cover. That's an old school saying, right?
Yet, and we live in a world where some people don't follow it.
Of course they don't, but they're not supposed to. Well, sometimes, I think certain people are never going to get it. You've got the people in the middle that do want to get it, but they don't understand about it. And then the other ones that really do get it, but they just want to learn more.
Right? I don't judge a book by its cover. I'm the furthest guy who does that. I look at the person's heart. My best friend
Yeah.
is literally in a wheelchair, and that
Yeah.
wheelchair doesn't bother me one bit.
No, it shouldn't. Color, race, religion, where you're from. It's not about that. Look, we're one. We're part of a one. We're all part of this universe, right? So we see the world in the way that we feel it, we see it, we want to shape it. However, what do you think the biggest misconceptions encounter when you want to get better allies that you don't?
I think the biggest misconception for those with autism is there's one person with autism that operates the same daily, and
Okay,
that's the furthest from the truth.
okay. So you need structure, you need something that keeps you going. How does that work?
Yeah, I would say I need structure in my life for sure. I am the type of person who is a person who's very concrete to the point
Uh-huh.
with my schedule. I mean, I just started a part-time job at Goodwill, And
love
one of the
that.
things I literally told the manager, who was very 100% willing to work with me, said, listen, I'm not doing this to be a jerk.
No.
This is an accommodation I need. I need a consistent schedule to succeed here,
Yeah.
or it's nothing against you. I cannot work here.
Well, at the end of the day, you deserve to be listened to, but also respected and be treated with dignity. And that's all you're asking for, right? You're not asking for anything special. You're just asking to be accommodated for, basically. Oh,
Yep.
little cat. I like a little ginger and a oh, bless. What's your
Yeah,
cat?
this is Tucker.
Tucker. Hello, Tucker. Oh, you're cute.
Yeah,
So,
we just got him. He's
okay.
very new kitty cat.
How do you find having that close connection, being loved, feeling respected, and being treated like, they love you? How's that for
Oh
you?
yeah. I'm a big animal guy. I'm a big fan of dogs and cats, and I won't lie, sometimes I'm not scared of some certain animals, but do I want to see a raccoon
Oh,
stuck to a
it's a rat. Oh,
car? No, absolutely not. I'll be the first guy to help that coon.
grizzly bear. Oh no, please not.
Oh, I'd be the first one to help the grizzly bear. It's the sad part.
No way. That's impressive. I've never seen one in my life actually, but I have seen a loon and I've seen a moose.
I have not seen a moose. I mean, I've seen a raccoon where we're from the countryside. We live there, so we got to see a lot of coons,
That was in Canada.
chickens.
I like chickens.
Not my mother. She was chased by them, and I don't blame her one bit because she told me that her father scouted the country and found the meanest roosters alive.
Oh wow. Well, we don't want to get too many of them. Cock-a-doodle-oo, right?
Yeah, she hates them. I don't blame her. She got chased by them.
Wow, let's get back to the script now. Many autistic individuals experience stigma and misunderstanding. What are some of the biggest misconceptions you encounter being in, what you're doing and what you're trying to show the world?
Well, I would say the biggest misconceptions that we also deal with is we don't like to social. Now, I won't lie. There is some truth to that.
Okay.
I like to socialize? No. But is it the fact that we can't socialize at all? No. There's some people who have a harder time socializing, but then there's some people who can socialize, but just may need some guidance.
Or do you go by energy? Do you go by feeling? Do you go by something rather than what you can feel or see? Do you sometimes, because I've met many autistic people, I used to work in autistic unit. I'm from Oxford when I was born. And when I was at uni, I worked in a Skills for Life unit. So I worked with many autistic people, but I connected with loads of them.
Yeah, I would say that we have a gut feeling and see more than what others do because I think sometimes we're energy readers just by trait.
Yeah.
And when we see someone's energy down, we feel the same way.
Yeah, I think that's really true. Actually, I used to go gym. I used to take them for shopping centres. We used to go to the sports gyms and stuff. We used to have a load of fun, and music. Everyone loved music. Everyone just loved it. No ear defenders. They loved it. We didn't have any defenders then.
Oh yeah, and that's what is the best part. Like I said earlier, we can get out
Yeah,
versus being in somewhere that's just in a house.
yes. And isolated. Now, how does that kind of go with kindness and inclusion and the themes in your work? Obviously, you're building this community. You're trying to get awareness. What practical steps can schools and workplaces, as well as communities, take to create a more welcoming environment for people that are autistic?
Well, I would say, first of all, don't push us to the side is one step because I think sometimes schools kick their child out with autism because they don't know what to do with it
Yeah,
or that behavior.
yeah,
Okay, stop that.
yeah,
Seriously.
yeah.
They deserve an education. And with the workplace, just like everybody else, you and me, who is on a spectrum, and you, who I know, if I may say, is a person who shifted genders, deserves a chance.
Oh, thank you. And same with you as well. Do you know what? It's not, this is what I keep telling people. Listen, we're all part of something. We're not the one. There is no one. I don't see someone as anything. I just see you as human, me human. That's it. There's nothing else. No tags, no labels, no this, no that. Why should there be? Why should there be?
I think that all the time. Why should there be a label for someone who really can't help the card he was dealt with? I can't help the fact I was born with autism. You can't help the fact that you were meant to be a different gender. But who cares?
Well, I think certain people do, apart from us. We don't, but others do. But it's not about people, is it? It's about ourselves and loving ourselves, but also building a community around ourselves that get it.
But what's the point of caring? I mean, I know that we should care because it's our business, but why should other people care and say negative crap about it? It's your own business. Screw everybody else.
Thank you. Because you know what? Sometimes I'm by myself and I don't have that guidance. And I'm like, am I doing the right thing? Am I speaking up? Am I not speaking up? And I think, when I'm living in a position where you don't have a mum, you don't have a dad to ask, your grandparents brought you up and they've gone now. So it's literally me and God. And sometimes I can't hear what God's trying to say to me because there's so much noise going on. It's difficult to focus.
Oh no, I'm so sorry about that. I got the fortunate branch, but man, I feel for people who didn't have that because I spoke to a children's home refugee who had children who've been neglected, abused, and had trauma. Even though I had the lucky stick of the branch when it came to parents, it wasn't enough. Not because they didn't do anything wrong. It's just because I was so bullied in school, there was a lot of dark cloud days over my head.
And that's the hard thing, isn't it? It's like you have to face your shadow, but you also have to look at your future at the same time, which can be a bit of a conflict, I guess.
Right. I reflected the other day of just how sad that was because you see where I'm at, I'm in my back porch
Yeah.
over a very nice sunset.
It's my
And
favorite.
why didn't I look at that when I was 15 years old?
Green is my favorite color, right? So green is my favorite color. I love green.
Oh, yeah, green's my favorite color too. I got that because of Blue's Clues.
Okay. Wow. Do you know what? Bullying continues to affect many autistic young people. What advice would you want to give to someone currently struggling with bullying or feeling isolated?
Well, here's my thing. So in school, there are bullies.
Yeah.
First of all, you understand it's not your fault. It's the bully's fault because they feel so bad about themselves.
Mhm.
They would break down if you really got them in a mental health session.
Yeah.
But my point is always remember that bullying in school, while it does sometimes happen in adulthood, it doesn't happen daily in
No,
adulthood.
no.
And
We grow
my
shit.
thing is, as adults in
Yeah.
my life, being an adult is a lot better than being a child. So I was thinking school, get your education and get out.
Well,
Because when you become an adult,
mhm.
trust me, people grow up and they'll leave you alone.
Sam, I'm going to give a bit of advice from the top. I admit what you say. However, I wouldn't admit to any child just giving up school when they're finished. If you want to keep going for the stars for them, do what they feels right for them. I want to inspire and empower everyone. So, it's about understanding that we're not all the same. And some people are great at this and great at that. But I'll tell you something you're great at. You're just great at being real. And that's not really often these days. What can you say to people that actually need to be authentic, original, and bring it to the table?
Well, truth be told, I didn't really stand a chance because I came from two parents that will tell you how it is.
Yeah. Same here.
But if you want to be more authentic,
Uh-huh.
some people aren't going to like it. I know you're one of the people that do like it, but then there's some that don't like it and will run away from you.
Yes.
Okay, screw them.
And what do
It
you
came now to the point where it's been happening so much in my life as a child that as an adult, I don't care. I've literally had females run from me
Why?
because I want to approach them.
Oh, I see. Okay. But maybe it's the way they see you speaking to them or whatever else. You know, maybe it's a miscommunication sometimes, do you feel?
At points, it could be, but in my eyes, that's still no reason to run from someone.
Okay. Okay. That's fair enough. And I take where you're coming from with
If
that.
you miscommunicate, say something or say, I didn't quite understand. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, but I think, you know, when you're speaking to a woman and a man, it's kind of different and people have gone through different experiences like you have, Sam. And I think not everyone can put themselves in somebody else's shoes, if that makes sense. Does that make
Yeah, it makes sense.
don't judge other people by what you might see or what you might think. It could be the complete opposite. I saw a guy earlier just put his nose in my window. He was a postman, but it could have been my ex-partner. And I went through domestic violence. So I was like, why are you looking through my window? It was only putting a letter through the door. But because it kind of traumatized me a little bit, because I didn't know who it was. Do you know what I mean? And then I started ranting and raving for 20 minutes because it traumatized me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's just about you as a person and also healing. How important has healing been for you?
Oh, healing as a person has been so crucial to my life because I wouldn't have made it to where I am today if I didn't get to a place where I could heal enough.
And what do you find helps you to heal nature, outside, listening to the birds? What? Oh, look at your look.
Well, yeah, we got another kitty for you. This is Washington. She had to get the attention, but you want to know what heals me a lot is animals.
Oh, she's so cute.
A
She's going.
lot of animals, dogs and cats, having pets. They
Oh,
heal me big time.
she's gorgeous. I must say, I do like cats, but I'm looking for a grey one with black eyeliner underneath.
I We got a couple of others. They're a little older, but these two actually were very recent. We got from a neighbor who were giving them away. And then the other two actually we got were barn cats. And I don't know, but somehow we were able to tame those two.
You got a farm as well.
Not a farm, more of a hay farm. I just live in the country area.
I used to be in the countryside in Oxford. So tell us a little bit more. How does the countryside help you as an autistic guy? You know, trying to be yourself and feel you.
Well, I think with being in the country and the city, there's pros and cons to each. I mean, I don't drive, so when you're in the country, there's not a whole lot to do. And I will be moving to the city in Bloomington,
Oh,
and there is a lot to do there. But the one thing I'm going to miss when I move out, I'll be honest, is just the peace
yeah. Well, I'm in London.
that the country brings. Seeing the sunset like this every day versus seeing the sun, but you're hearing honk, honk every 5 minutes.
Well, that's true. Well, I was in Greece a few weeks ago, but I do miss the cock-a-doodle-oo in the morning. Now I wake up in London, all I can hear is cars and stinky fumes and fire engine. What is it? Fire engines and police cars.
Right. I always thought, in my eyes, a city is a great place to visit, not a good spot to live. Now, if you're talking about Bloomington, Indiana, that's a good medium size, but I'm talking about like big cities like London, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. That's my intake.
Okay, well, I need to come to Washington because obviously that's the crown of the crown jewels in the United States. So I have to come, and I can't wait.
Right. Don't do Washington State, do Washington, D.C. There's
Yeah.
nothing against Washington State. It's just everyone goes from Washington, D.C., and that's where the White House is.
Oh, thanks, Sam. And exactly, I always want to go to the White House and see the big boss. You know, that'd be great. I have got a lot of respect for that, and I have a lot of respect for all of you guys in the United States. We've always loved you in the United Kingdom. We always have respect for you, regardless of what you see in the news or what you hear.
Oh, yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I feel like each political system has its own pros and cons. That's as far as I'll go to say.
Yeah, well, they do that. So tell us a little bit about podcasting. How has that become a powerful tool for your storytelling and your advocacy?
I would say it's became a very powerful tool because for 15 years, I didn't have a voice.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward to being 23, I have a voice and I have 25K downloads. This makes me believe people are actually listening to me versus before, I didn't think that.
I thought the same as you. Do you know that? And how has podcasted help amplify voices like yours and also get people to think differently?
I would say it's amplified other voices too, because there's people with autism who can actually see someone gets what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had someone listen to my podcast and nod as I'm speaking because they're like, finally, someone gets why I do this.
I'm getting it too, though. You're gonna make me cry. Do you know what it is about me? Like, I get people. I go through different things. I go through different my own different issues. I don't want to say them all online, but you've been so vulnerable. You've been so open. You've been so real. How has your parents been such a bedrock to you and help you through all this stuff?
I would say that my parents have helped me because I wasn't in a strict household, but I think they did the best job they could for their situation. And I think they knew, okay, this is him being on the spectrum versus him, okay, he's being a 16-year-old smart aleck.
Well, we could be a bit of both sometimes too. There's no harm in that. You know.
No, there's no harm in that. It's just that I wasn't in a strict household, but I had standards,
Yeah, of course.
which I think every family has to have.
So you should. I was gonna say so you bloody should, but I thought I better not swear. Sorry, because I need
No, that wasn't a standard. That was not a standard. I will be the first guy to tell you that.
thanks, Sal. So if people want to connect with
That
you,
one is standard was clearly don't slap your mother.
oh no, I never did that. Oh, mm, okay. Anyway,
Like I said, maybe a bad example, but I think you get the point.
wow, did you know that? Anyway,
Yeah.
go back to the script now. Sorry, you just really. I was like, how did you know that?
I don't know what.
She didn't slap your mum.
Oh, that was just an example.
Oh, okay. Did you do that yourself?
When I was younger, yeah, but as I gotten older, no.
Oh, good. That's the main thing. I was like, sorry, I had a little stop there. I had to laugh and think and then recalculate it. Sorry about that. No, it's fine.
Oh, you're good. But yeah, no, 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 no. I never did. I mean, like I said, I may have when I was younger, but I think we know every child gets upset and at some point learns that at 2 years old they hit and they have to teach them no hitting.
No. Yeah, but I think, how, I don't know how old you are, but I grew up in the 80s. We used to go to school. They used to smack us with a slipper and a cane. Our teachers,
I'm 23, so I didn't come from that
yeah,
generation.
I came from a bit older than that. And
I came from the generation where if you get in trouble, you go to the principal's office.
yeah, and they get smacked with a slipper or a cane. They used to do that back in the
What?
day.
No smacking or slipping with a cane. It was for me just go to the principal's office. Let's talk about it. Here's your consequence. Have a good day.
That's good. That's a good one because when I was at school in the 80s and the 90s, because I was born in 82, so I'm born in the 80s, but I don't know that old, but I am. But also, I think I'm kind of using my past experiences to understand more as I've grown and seen different eras and how they treat different people. Because back in the day, people with neurodivergence, that wasn't even understood. No one even knew about it for ages. We just used to have special support, a group of us. They didn't say anything. Just there's a group of you out on the table at the front, and we're doing different things. That's what they used to say.
I know. And nowadays it's evolved.
Yeah, and this is the difference that we see, and this is what I want to show other people with music, with autism, with neurodivergent. We are evolving, we are changing. What do you think is the best things about it?
Well, the best things about music or autism.
Both for you.
Okay, sure, sure. So I think when it comes to autism wise, I think the best parts about it is we're very creative, outside the box thinkers.
Yeah.
And then with music wise, what I think the best part about a song is the rhythm.
Yeah.
I mean, me on Spectrum, I get to listen to the same song and the same rhythm. When we like consistency, it helps sometimes when this world can be very unpredictable.
Right. I think that's a real good point. That's probably what I do like about being consistent. However, in a music industry that's now very unstable, what's your advice for up and coming artists with autism that are going to struggle in a very unstable environment? Because it's really unstable right now.
Oh man. Well, when it comes to music, I don't know if you should get into it. And here's why. I know I say follow your dreams, and if you really are passionate about music, go for it. But here's the problem. It's so competitive. my field with broadcasting, in my opinion, it's a little competitive, sure, but not as competitive compared to a hip hop industry.
It's not as competitive, did you say? That's really good.
Yes.
But how do you find it without money? If you're coming up from a grassroots level, you're trying to support people from the bottom up. They have no money, they have great talent, but financially they're stuck.
I would say when it comes to that in particular, you better find the right person, because if you find the wrong person who can't launch your career, then you may not have a chance.
I think that's what I'm learning. And I think that's the difficult thing. How do you find trust in someone yourself, Sam? After everything you've been through, your age, your differences, how do you find trust? Is that family? Is that outside family?
Now, that's a good question. So at 16 years old, I learned that people pleasing was a crutch.
Mm.
Also, I learned at that time span, I could be angry at everybody right now because of how I was treated. But here's the thing, where's that going to get me?
Nowhere. Just pissed off with myself as well. Because I when I say it, I'll be like, oh, shut up.
Exactly.
So I pissed off with myself. I get pissed off with others as well. I do. But if I don't say anything, then is anyone going to learn? Is anyone going to listen? I was born to two deaf parents, so I'm used to people not listening. But if I don't speak up, how are they going to hear me? Right?
Exactly. Yep.
So I'm stuck in the middle sometimes. I'm like, oh, if I do speak up, I feel bad. If I don't speak up, I feel bad. How do you deal with that?
Well, when I do speak up, I just came to learn that people pleasing was a crutch. And if someone is so mad that I spoke up, that's their problem, not a you problem, because the next person might be very proud that you spoke up.
I just
So
find it,
speaking up, you can't please everybody.
yeah, and I find that quite conflicting at times because I'm trying to be probably that centralist, but I know I'm not quite central anyway. But I try to be to bring as many people in that can get it from both sides. Does that make sense? I'm really not about politics. I'm more about people. I cannot stand politics.
Right. No, I get it. I get it.
You know what I mean? I'm just more about the people, what I love, what's my culture, what's my passion, what's the people saying, what's the music saying, what's the excitement, what's the love, the vibes, like your animals, like the beauty of nature, those kind of things. They're more interesting to me.
Right. I mean, that's literally why I don't watch the news anymore.
I know why that was getting me down. I'm learning. I'm sitting in my back garden now getting my tan. It is going mad, bless her. Do you want to tell us a little bit more how the listeners can connect with you, find out more, and also,
So you can find me on your favorite media platform. I'm not a hard guy to find. If you Google me your search engine optimization, something will pop up. Just do me a favor. Don't search my name. The reason why is you get a basketball player, and I
okay,
haven't done any slam dunks lately. So your best bet's to search Autism Rocks and Rolls.
fine now, Sarah. Yes. Oh, bless. I don't mind if you have. You can always do a couple of basketball dunks around here. We love you guys in London.
No, if I do a slam dunk, I'll probably be Steve Urkel, who misses the shot and breaks the basketball rim accidentally.
And I always like comedy as well. And I know you've got loads of good shows. And you've got good weather and you've got good food. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for clapping because sometimes people don't like clapping, but you just make me laugh. I've enjoyed your time.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you did enjoy my time. And for anyone listening, please feel free to check my podcast. And thank you again, Miss Mendes, for your time.
Pleasure. I'll leave all the links in the description below and we'll speak again soon. Thank you.